YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home, and DIY projects every single week. The day has finally come. We are making over my kitchen. You guys have seen me shop, thrift, and DIY things for this space, and it is now time to put it all together. And I'm just so ready to have another space done in this house because I'm trying to get all the common areas done before Christmas. So we're gonna get one step closer with that in this makeover. But for now, let me bring you guys over to the kitchen and show you guys the current state of it. Okay guys, welcome to my kitchen. Here is the current layout. It is a galley kitchen. And I quickly wanted to show you guys what we're working with in case you did not see the house tour. And in that video, I said that this kitchen is a full-on Monet because from far away, it looks okay, but up close, it is just a big old mess. So I'll give you guys an overview of the kitchen as well as talk through some ideas for the space. So this is the current layout of the kitchen. It is a pretty standard galley kitchen. And we have some dark charcoal countertops. They're not quite black, so they are like a warmer gray color. And you'll notice, you know, some chipping going on here, a little bit of glitter paint. And then also, even when they installed it, you can kind of see little nicks and things like that. So eventually we will be replacing this whole countertop and, you know, the whole kitchen overall. But for now, we're gonna work with what we have. And like I mentioned in my house tour, I'm pretty sure that these shelves are DIY'd because you can kind of see the little seams in here. And even when you look inside of these little open shelves, there's a lot of uneven paint in there. So we're gonna have to fix this whole thing. And my plan is to remove these doors and make this an open shelving moment. So I think that's gonna look really nice and also just open up the space. And again, gross stuff happening in here that we need to freshen up. Over on this side, we have the dishwasher, a sink, an oven, and a microwave. And then over on this side, you just have a nice open countertop. We have cabinets all up above, and then we have some more cabinets and drawers on this side. And also our fridge over here. There's like this open shelving moment. Not sure what that is for, but we're gonna keep it as is for now. And also you might notice there's a ladder over here. And yeah, I didn't really clean up after I did the door makeover, so that has got to go for the reveal shots. But for this actual area, I'm going to leave this as is for now. I'll probably style it up a little bit and just make it look cute, but I do have like a whole plan for this little area that we're just gonna leave for now. I'm not the biggest fan of this hardware, and also you see some wear and tear behind them. And yeah, these just need to be updated. I also am trying to figure out what I want to do with these hinges because these are exposed over here, but then these ones over here are not exposed. And also these are a shaker style, so only 4 of these doors are the shaker style and then the rest are just plain. So we're just gonna tie them all in together with some new paint. We'll also be adding some backsplash, new hardware, all of that. So I hope you guys are excited for this video because I am so ready to give this a facelift. Since today is day 1 of the makeover, a lot of this is just going to be prep, but my big goal today is to pick out a paint. So I have my 4 paint samples here and they're all greens. If you guys couldn't tell from my last video, there's gonna be such a fun change in this space, but before I can even get to painting, I have to make sure that the cabinets are all cleaned up and then remove the hardware and then fill in holes. We're going to clear this space out and move everything completely out of the way. There's going to be dust and paint everywhere. So I'm definitely removing everything out of the cabinets, and this is gonna be a great way to reimagine this space. It's time to paint. So we have muted sage, ecological, conifer green, and then pine cone hill over here. And I basically put them from lightest to darkest. And I'm going to put them on these cabinets just because I need to take these out and fill in the holes. This is gonna give us a really good visual because right now I'm very indecisive. Paint makes such an impact and is a quick and more affordable option over doing a complete reno. So I wanted to go with a green, and this is really gonna add some color to the space and give it more life. The stark white with the gray countertops was just not doing it for me, so I'm going with the green on the lower cabinets to ground it. And then the uppers are going to be an off-white color, which I think is going to make it look more clean and bright, especially since this kitchen isn't very large, so the white is just going to bring in some airiness to the space. Alright, so here's the first coat. I am really loving the muted sage color and conifer. I think these are my top 2 right now. This one is a little bit more green, and when I hold the new hardware up to it, it's just Oh, is it still wet? Oops, okay, it's fine. I just feel like this doesn't look as good, and then this one is also very beautiful, but it's also very dark and coming off a little bit more gray toned. Oh yeah, that looks so nice. Okay, this also looks really beautiful and deep too, so I'm just gonna wait until there are 2 coats and then I'll make a final decision. I went ahead and removed all of the handles on the cabinets to prep them for paint. I'm going to replace these and update them with something with a little bit more character. So I'm excited to show you what I went with. We're going to fill in all of the holes on the doors and replace these with knobs instead of those same pulls. And this is going to give us more of a custom look by having more than one type of handle. All right, this side is all done, and then I have to do this side, but I just realized that these are actually way newer than these. So if you look here, they actually have, you know, the tracks for the drawers, but all of the other ones are just, you know, in there. So I'm guessing that the old owners redid all of this, but didn't redo any of the outer ones. So that's very interesting, and yeah, just wanted to update you guys. So I took the handles off of these 2 doors, but I just realized I'm removing them completely, so did not need to do that. But I am going to take this off right now and see how it looks, so let's give that a try. It is painting day. I have my painting overalls on, and I also have our paint right over there. Based on the swatches that we did yesterday, I went with the Muted Sage, which I'm super excited for. And then for the uppers, I am doing Swiss Coffee. And the employee there recommended this paint, so this is perfect for cabinets and trim, and I got it in a satin finish. I'm gonna remove all the doors off, move them into the garage, finish sanding them, and then we can get to painting. So I felt comfortable painting our cabinets since these are not in the best condition to begin with, and eventually we do plan on completely renovating the kitchen next year. So in the meantime, this paint is going to do just the trick to freshen it and just make it feel brand new again. When it comes to this house, I am actually very indecisive of what exactly I want to do, so this phase 1 makeover is just a really great way to test things out on a budget before I figure out exactly what I want to do with this kitchen. So if you guys have any tips on me on how to do a major renovation on a kitchen, please leave them in the comments below and I would super appreciate them. I also want to mention that this paint sprayer was really easy to use, but since this was my first time using it, I didn't realize that I didn't have it at the right setting, so you'll see here that the paint is pulsating. It should actually be going on a lot smoother than this, so you'll see that I correct my mistake when I go to the white color later on. When it came to the actual cabinet boxes, I just used a roller as well as a brush, and that worked out really great. And since the paint that I'm using is made specifically for cabinets and trim, it self-levels and provides a really smooth finish. And once I got the green on there, I was feeling so excited. I could already see my vision coming to life, and this was just the perfect shade of green to complement the countertops. Green kitchens are definitely trending right now, and for good reason, because I think at this point, green should be counted as a neutral color. It's such a classic color choice, and I think the trend is here to stay, and pairing it with the white upper cabinets also adds in another layer of interest. Rolling, rolling, rolling.
You said get on the sides?
Is that your technique? Yeah, get the sides.
You said get on the sides,
No, I'm
right?
just kidding. No, no. Wow, technique. Overall, I think the paint sprayer is going to be a lifesaver, especially when we paint the rest of the rooms in the house. I honestly was kind of dreading it, but now that I have a paint sprayer, it's going to make my life a lot easier. It was so fast to spray on, and the finish was really smooth, and the coverage was really even as well. And I will give you guys an update after a few uses, but so far I'm loving it. Also, I should have just taken the hinges off completely instead of taping them because I ended up just taking them off and then spray painting them. I went with a metallic gold spray paint that matched closely to my new handles, and this is just a great budget-friendly way to update old hardware, especially since I knew that I wasn't going to be keeping these long. But if you guys at home want to try this out, I will warn you that you will need to do some touch-ups as time goes by. Learn from my mistakes, guys. Just take the hinges off and paint them the first time, otherwise you have to go back in and deal with this. Ew, that's so gross. Ugh. Don't do a close-up on how you know you've been painting for too long. Good night. It is a new day. I have the same overalls on because we are still painting. All of the green is done. We still need to do one more coat of the white and then also finish the window. Still have not decided if I want to paint the inside black. I feel like I'm just gonna do it just to see how it looks, and if I don't like it, then that's okay too. So my goal today is to paint, put in the new tiles as well as the hardware, and I also need to finish this little shelving situation, so let's get to it. Oh no. Ow. Oh, so I've been wanting to try out painting the window trim black, so this is a really great spot to test it. I had some leftover paint from our backdoor makeover, so I asked you guys over on Instagram if we should do it, and the majority voted yes. So we're painting the inside black, and then the trim on the outside is the same color as the cabinets. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're following me over on Instagram to help me make decisions like this and also see all the shenanigans happening behind the scenes, like finding gum on top of the cabinets. Ew. Okay, so change of plans. This side is higher than this side, which I totally did not realize until right now. And I had a whole plan to put this in there so it would look perfect, but I don't think that's gonna work. So I think leaving it like this probably is just the best solution. It is not exactly what I had envisioned, but you know what? Things change and this is still gonna look cute. I put that little board in there just to see how it would look, and I think it'll be fine. So we'll keep it like this and it'll still be so good. For my backsplash, I went with a peel and stick tile, and I really like these ones because they are a larger format and they're also stacked on top of each other, which I think gives it a very modern look. Normally I've only seen peel and stick tile that are a little bit smaller format like this, so I like that this gives it a more high-end look while being super budget friendly, and also will be a lot quicker and easier to install. I did want to try something a little bit different and stack them vertically. I feel like this is a very popular look, and this is a great way just to try it out before I commit to it when it comes to my real kitchen, and we'll see how this goes. A couple of things to note on these peel and stick backsplash tiles. To apply them, you have to match up the grout lines, which are a lot thinner than the actual tile, so when they overlap, they look very seamless. And in the instructions, it's also advised to draw a straight, leveled line so that you can match it all up. And if you need to make any cuts like I am here around an outlet, I found it easy to cut with scissors, an X-Acto knife, or even a paper cutter. These were quite thin compared to the peel and stick floor tiles that I've used before, so it was really easy to cut around. And they basically apply like a vinyl, and the finish on them is really glossy. Another important tip is that you have to have clean, smooth walls for them to stick, so if you have any texture or grease on them, it will show up through it, and it also won't stick that well, so prepping your surface is going to be crucial. And overall, I found these really easy to work with. They were quite affordable, and I love that they are renter friendly. I think these look pretty great, but I will definitely check in the future and share how they hold up over time. This side is looking pretty great, except for this actually gets smaller this way. So if you look really closely, there is a gap right here. So one way to fix that is maybe to paint it the same color as this darker charcoal color, but I'm gonna leave it for now because there's not much I can do, but loving this result so far. It was finally time to put the drawers back in, and can you guys believe how much better they look with this new fresh coat of paint? I went with these gorgeous brushed brass cup handles, and these are a classic style and make the drawers look so much more expensive than they are. This came with a pack of 10, which is exactly how many I needed, and I also bought them in the exact same size as my old handles so that I would not need to drill any new holes. Alright, so the last thing I'm doing today is putting on all the hinges back onto the cabinet. So we're gonna get all of these back into place. These actually look pretty good. I did 2 coats on them, and then after this we're just gonna screw them in and paint the actual screws as well so that they match perfectly. And just doing little details like this is so easy and makes such a difference. You guys, I am over the moon with how this combination is looking. Like the green with the gold is just so perfect. I love it. Just the way that all these colors are tying in with the black countertop just makes it feel so much more elevated. And I cannot wait because we're gonna put in all the cabinet doors and this is gonna be done soon. So for the fronts, I went with a very simple knob. I basically eyeballed where I wanted them to be placed, and then I created a template with a piece of cardboard. So you just want to poke a little hole through it, and now we're just going to mark each door and then drilling them straight through with a drill bit. These knobs are just perfect and look so much more elevated, and I got them from the same brand as the handles so that the colors would match perfectly with each other, and I will link both of these down below. It is finally the last day of this makeover. We're finally going to style everything and reveal it to you guys. I'm so ready to have another space in this house completed and actually enjoy using this kitchen. The first thing I'm gonna put up is this Roman shade. This is gonna fit perfectly within this window, and I think it's also going to highlight the window so much better. Honestly, anything is better than the previous blinds, and this was such an affordable find, and it's going to highlight this window so much better. I found this cute little rail to put right underneath our open shelving moment, and after seeing them on Pinterest for quite a while, I have always wanted one of these, and this one was just the perfect size. To secure this, I used anchor screws and just screwed it in, and not only is this really cute, but it's also a great way to use vertical space to both display and store your kitchen items. I have everything laid out and ready to be styled. So some of these are the thrifted items. Some of these I went shopping with you guys for. And then we also have our DIY pot, and then this stool that I still love so much. And it's just been so much fun just bringing you guys along the whole process of getting all these items together. And now that we have a great base to work with, all of these finishing touches is really what makes the space come to life and adds so much personality. So let's roll the styling montage. Adding in new decor pieces can completely change the entire mood of your space, so these little touches is really going to bring my kitchen to life. I'm currently really loving earthy tones and also wood tones because the space is really stark right now. And of course, we also have to bring some plants in here. To be honest, guys, I am not a fan of these cubbies, but it is what we have, so I'm going to add in some of my favorite things just to spruce it up. No kitchen is complete without a runner rug, so the one I'm using here is from the Chris Loves Julia collection with Laloya rugs, and it just perfectly ties in all the different colors from the kitchen. On the other side, this is going to be my main food prep area, so I'm putting in a few items here and there, but we're going to leave a lot of breathing room because after all, this is still a kitchen. I need to cook in here and have ample counter space. The kitchen honestly looks and feels like a new space without doing any major renovations. Since we were on a budget, I wanted to share the total for this makeover without any of the decor pieces. So this total includes the paint, tiles, new hardware, the little wall rail, as well as the Roman shade, and the total came out to $266, which is so crazy because all of these little things made such a huge transformation. Alright guys, it is time for the reveal, but before I do, let's take a look back at the before. When we first moved in, I just could not wait until we could rip out the kitchen and just redo everything. It was outdated and definitely has seen better days, but now that we freshened it up with new paint and hardware and tiling, I think it looks a million times better, and I just could not be prouder of how it came together. So without further ado, here is the after. You guys, I cannot believe that phase one of my kitchen is finally done. It just feels so much more put together and I absolutely love the green color. It just is so fun and totally me. So I hope you guys liked it too, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I honestly would love any advice from you guys who have done a whole kitchen reno, because that is for sure coming up next year, but for now I'm really enjoying the space how it is. I hope this video also inspires you guys to make over your space, even if it's just a couple of changes like paint and new hardware. It has seriously made such a difference in this house and just making it feel more homey. And you guys, doing the holidays and Christmas in this space is just gonna be so good. I'm so excited. If you would like to follow along and see how this kitchen evolves, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I post on there every single day. And that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!